That's right. We are right here, and we're going to be talking to Emma Lee. She is the development coordinator for the Prisma Hospital Foundation. She is part of the group that is working hard to get the funds together for Prisma Hospital. We're going to be talking about what the funds will be used for, how this contributes to the hospital, and it is a great honor to introduce to you Emma Lee. How you doing today, Emma?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Well, this is an amazing partnership that you have with the Children's Miracle Network. What does this day mean to you?
It is. Miracle Treat Day is one of our favorite days here at the hospital.
And by the way, does Prisma Hospital go out there and buy lots of blizzards to support Blizzard Day for the Children's Miracle Network?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All the staff. It's a great excuse to go out and support one of our partners in our hospital and get some ice cream, too.
Can you tell us what the funds go to?
Yeah, absolutely. First off, definitely want to say a big thank you to Saif. His store goes above and beyond every year and just makes it a great day. But this year, all the funds that are raised during Miracle Treat Day and the balloon campaign go towards our pediatric hematology and oncology unit renovation. So we are renovating our inpatient unit for our kids who are battling cancer or a blood disorder, just to make sure we have the best space for our patients, for our families, and for our clinicians who are working hard alongside them.
Wow. What is the project for the Children's Prisma Hospital there in Greenville?
It is a very large project. It is about a $7 million project. It is completely 100% philanthropically funded, which means it would not be possible without our community, without our amazing members stepping up every day, whether it be at Dairy Queen or any other partner, or just donating themselves to make sure that these kids and their families have everything they need.
And what area does the Children's Hospital serve?
Yeah, so that's something that's really cool. Our Children's Hospital not only serves the entire upstate of South Carolina, but we also serve Western North Carolina and Northeastern Georgia. We're a little bit closer to them than, say, Charlotte or Atlanta, which are amazing hospitals as well. But in an emergency situation, if they're coming to our NICU, our neonatal intensive care unit, or our PICU, our pediatric intensive care unit, we're a little bit closer, and we want to make sure they get treated as fast as possible, so they come see us.
Now, how do we make sure that all the dollars that we're going to raise right here in Greenwood for the Children Prisma's Hospital up there, how do we know that all those dollars are going to go to Prisma?
Yes, absolutely. So Children's Miracle Network, which is how we have a partnership with Dairy Queen, we are Children's Miracle Network Hospital, tracks every single donation by zip code and makes sure that if it's in the area that the hospital serves, 100% of those donations go right back to our hospital to be put into our services and help our community.
You know, I was reading a little bit about how many blizzards have been sold, how much money has been made. Let's see, what did I see? I think I saw that this has been going on for beginning in 2006, Miracle Treat Day. And the figures that I have since then, Dairy Queen and the Children's Miracle Network have partnered to raise over $185 million across North America, with millions raised annually for local children's hospitals.
Yeah, I don't have that exact number, but that does sound right. They are a huge partner for our children's hospital.
Yeah. Now, how can people be involved in this fun day on July 31st?
Yeah, so one big thing is if you're not going to be in the area, to go to our Greenwood location. That doesn't matter. Like you said, every single Dairy Queen is fundraising tomorrow with Miracle Treat Day. So we actually have 18 locations fundraising for us. And they can do that in any number of ways, whether it's selling the blizzards or, throwing a whole carnival at their location, which is really cool. So I love to see how creative they get with Miracle Treat Day and how much fun they have with it.
And I always like to say, buy more than one. I think, you can get gift coupons. You can give them as a birthday gift. You can have an office party, a school party, back to school, a teacher's gift. What do you say? How can people help out with this great project to help Prisma's Children's Hospital get this project done up there in Greenville?
Oh, absolutely. Definitely take advantage of this opportunity tomorrow. Buy the coupons. I also know that blizzards freeze really well because sometimes we will have Dairy Queen send them to the hospital, so we're able to freeze them. So if you want to stock up that way as well for a little snack, maybe Friday or this weekend, great thing to do.
Last year, Saif made over $5,400 contribution to the Children's Miracle Network that funneled right straight through to the Prisma Children's Hospital. This year, he's looking to do over $6,500, and of course, he makes it fun. He's even going to have the mayor is going to be in the dunk tank. We've got balloons. We've got a bouncy house. That's going on from 5 to 8, but all day long, people can get out there and enjoy what Dairy Queen has brought to this area to help raise funds for Children's Hospital.
That is an amazing donation, and we are so appreciative of him and everything, his efforts that he does. He's a great partner to have. And again, I love how fun he makes everything. Fundraising should be fun. So that'll be a transformational gift, absolutely, for our hospital.
Now, what does the money go to at this point?
Absolutely. Yeah. So it is our pediatric hematology and oncology unit. It's a very big phrase, but it is our cancer and blood disorder unit for our pediatric inpatients. And we are completely renovating it. It was a gut job. It is actually in the final stages of being finished up with construction. It's ahead of schedule, which is amazing. So we're hoping to see patients on that unit in the next couple of months, which we're very excited about, but we are still very much actively fundraising for that. So we're getting close to our goal, and I think with Dairy Queen, they will close that out for us, I hope. So the Children's Hospital is located within Greenville Memorial Hospital. The existing unit is in there. It's still going to be in Greenville Memorial. It's just going to be a little closer to what we consider the pediatric side or the children's side of the hospital. That's going to allow us to add an extra room. Every single room is going to have these big windows because natural light is an important process or important part of a healing process and treatment process. So we want to make sure we have the best space. We're also able to add a playroom, which we're so excited about. Play, again, is a very important part of a child's development. And we have a playroom in our hospital, but we want to make sure that there's one for this unit because those kiddos are immunocompromised. And we want to make sure we are keeping them as safe as possible while also being able to have all the normal childhood experiences.
Well, wow. Okay. So, looks like they've heard you. They haven't heard me. But anyways, I'm right here with you, Emma. This is an exciting day that tomorrow is the day when we will see the advantages of buying a blizzard and helping out our children's hospital. Now, just one more question. What age is the children's hospital? What ages does that cover?
Yeah, so it's a very, very wide range. Like I mentioned, we have our NICU, so that is for our babies who have just been delivered, who either are born premature or they are born with a existing condition that we know is going to need immediate treatment. So we take newborns all the way up to typically between 18 and 21, depending on what the specialty is.
And I guess you probably deal with a lot of cancers, don't you?
We do, yes, and we want to make sure we have the absolute best space for that. We have a lot of people moving into the upstate, which is also increasing our numbers, so we want to make sure that we have the best care center for them and be able to accommodate the growth in the upstate.
Now, how many patients actually are in the Children's Hospital?
So Children's Hospital as a whole, we see about 500,000 patients a year, whether that be visiting. Yes, that is a very big number. And that could be anything from visiting a primary care doctor under the Children's Hospital scope, seeing a specialist, maybe a pediatric cardiologist, pediatric pulmonologist, or being inpatient in our hospital.
Wow. And how many inpatient beds do you have? Do you know?
So I know we have 44 general beds. So, if they're coming in, it's not for anything super specific. They're going to go there. We have 80 NICU beds. We have 18 PICU beds. We have, with the completion of this unit, we'll have 9 pediatric hematology and oncology beds. We're getting up, I think we have like 118. Wow. I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is terrific. Well, I know that Saif is certainly looking forward to this day tomorrow. Looks like the weather's going to be okay for it. Maybe just clouds, and that's good instead of all this sun beating down on us. And we are excited to be partnering with Saif with Dairy Queen right here. Again, buy multiples. If you can't eat them all, put them in the freezer and save them for the next day. But also here in Greenwood, you can buy those coupons, which are great to give as a gift to somebody, a little gift for a birthday or anniversary or a work gift, something like that. So that would be great.
Absolutely. Maybe even a back-to-school gift for a teacher.
There's an excellent one, back to school gifts. Well, listen, Emma, I won't keep you. I just really appreciate the fact that you took the time to chat with us right here on WCRS. Again, we're with Emma Lee. She is the development coordinator with the Prisma Health Foundation. Thank you so much for calling in this morning.
Thank you so much for having me and for partnering with Saif and the Greenwood Dairy Queen and everything you guys do.
Absolutely. We're looking for a big one today, big one today, tomorrow, Emma. So we'll be out there selling blizzards, one at a time or multiples if we can do it.
It's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. Well,
Bye.
Thank you. That was Emma Lee. She is with Prisma Health Foundation. And I guess even though you didn't hear my voice, you knew what I was asking her. So what the heck? Hey, sometimes I got a lot going on. It's not bad enough. It's not bad enough. I mean, I'm just going to say mea culpa that the grass guy has decided to come do the grass. So of course Penny loves to be able to be right there at the door checking it out. And every time he drives by a certain area, the bell goes off. And she is hardwired Belle to go chasing for that door. Fortunately, I put her on a leash, so she's not able to do that. But that was a little extra added commotion here today. I'm just saying. But Saif, I know, is excited about tomorrow. He's excited about the fact that we will be right here helping out tomorrow with the Prisma, with getting funds for the Prisma Children's Hospital. So, good morning, Greenwood. That's right. How's that to start off the day? Well, it's great, Ann, if you'd put your mic on. Well, I did get it, thanks to, as always, some of my listeners out there saying, Ann, we can't hear you. Okay. Well, I think you can hear me now, and I am excited about, I am really excited about tomorrow. What an opportunity to get a blizzard for an excuse because you're doing a good thing. It's one of those promotions. It's one of those promotions that I think is a win-win. You get something good and you do something good. The blizzards, I was interested to look up about how this all started. Since its inception, Miracle Treat Day has helped raise over $185 million for children's hospitals across North America. Locally, many DQ franchises donate more than $1 per blizzard and provide additional support through community events and partnerships. This promotion is one of Dairy Queen's busiest days of the year, surpassing, it says, Mother's Days in sales and participation. Why do they do it on this date? Let's see. This is Miracle Treat Day, is annual fundraising event hosted by Dairy Queen in both the United States and Canada, benefiting the Children's Miracle Network hospitals, a partnership that began in 1984 with the first Miracle Treat Day held in August of 2006. On July 31st, this is when this is going on. Why do they do it on this day? This year marks two special anniversaries. 85 years since the first Dairy Queen opened in 1940. 40 years since the iconic Blizzard treat was introduced in 1985, selling over 175 million units. 100 to 175 million units in his debut year alone. You know, blizzards are popular. So here's what I would love for you to do. I would love for you to consider your business. Maybe you'd like to treat your work group at work and get some blizzards. Maybe you'd like to buy the coupons and buy a couple of hundred and save it for a day when you've got something special going on at work. But anything you can do to help tomorrow, to boost Greenwood. You know, Greenwood, we're very competitive, and we like to see that our businesses help with helping others. And this certainly is a worthwhile cause. It is good to know that they are working on a cancer and blood center up there in the Children's Hospital, and it's within 2 months of being finished. So while Saif and Dairy Queen locally here is one of 18 hospitals, as Emily said, who is our interviewee this morning, said that they are hoping that this Dairy Queen promotion might close out the fundraising that they need. So I hope that you'll be able to make a plan. It's going on all day long as you purchase tomorrow. Now, you can make a pre-plan. You can actually call them and make a plan and say that you'll purchase them tomorrow. But please make sure you buy tomorrow, because that is the day that all of this happens. You can buy coupons. You can buy blizzards. It's going on all day. But from 5 to 8, they've got special events going on for kids and the kids in all of us. In fact, I'm looking forward to seeing Mayor Brandon Smith get in the dunk tank and see him get dunked. Now, I don't know if there's any special rules, but that'll be happening between 5 and 8. I don't know if you have to purchase blizzards or whether he's just doing it for the fun of it. I don't know whether he's using it as a fundraiser or not. I'll have to check with Saif and let you know on that tomorrow. But they're going to have a bouncy house. They're going to have face painting. They're going to have balloon art going on. So from 5 to 8, it's going to be a real carnival experience. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to get up there tomorrow and check all this out. This is what life is about. And since the kids are back in school, what a great idea to maybe see about getting some blizzards for your kids' classmates. Or maybe one for the teacher. Make her feel special tomorrow. But all day long at our local Dairy Queen, blizzards, I believe it's at least $1 will be donated. So make sure you take advantage of it. Make sure it's a win-win-win for everyone. It's a win for you to be able to get blizzards and know that those blizzards are helping with the Children's Hospital through the Miracle Network. I also think it's significant that all the money raised does go to the local charity. Sometimes, people take a percentage out. This is just one of those win-win situations where I understand all the money does go to that. So, very much thank Emily for coming on with us here this morning. And one of the patients that is taking advantage of the Children's Hospital is Rosie up there in Hodges, and she is going for chemotherapy. I don't know if she goes once a week, once every 2 weeks, what exactly she does. We were hoping that we can talk to at least to her parents, to Kenzie and her husband, and maybe do an interview with them. Rosie is just 3. I'm sure Rosie would have some words to put in there. But Hodges has really come out really strong for helping. She did have a very, very rare cancer, and she did go to the Children's Prisma Hospital. So if you can even look at it that you're helping Rosie here in Hodges make a difference in her life, that would be so great. I understand she's had 2, maybe yesterday was her 3rd treatment, but she's been a real trooper, and so this would be something that would tie it even closer to Greenwood. That's just one person that I know of. Now, I know there are other children from our area that are getting good care right up there at Prisma too. But because I know about this, and this has really just happened, the Mullet family has needed some help, and we have put the word out there. But anything we can do to make a difference in a child's life is definitely something we should do. And to be able to get a sweet treat and be helping a child at the same time by helping our children's hospital up there at Prisma is another win-win. Let's come out and show our Greenwood strength right here and help Saif reach that goal, $6,500. I don't know how many blizzards that is, because it kind of depends what size blizzards. You can buy anything, I think, from a small to a large. If you want to buy some coupons in advance, that would be great. If you're a business here and you say, I want to treat my employees, or maybe you have a special anniversary or something coming up, and you'd like to use blizzards as the treat for the day, go ahead and get a bunch of coupons. You can buy them on Thursday. You got to buy them on Thursday all day long at Dairy Queen. But buy some coupons, either put them up and give them out one at a time, or have a party. Have a party with blizzards when if you've got a kid's birthday, or how about an adult's birthday party? Any of those things work. Just get the coupons and then they'll be great. But I also like the idea that you can take that blizzard and put it back in the freezer. That may have just made it so I can have a blizzard more often, because I consider that a big a big treat when I get a blizzard. So anyways, let's make it happen. I am Ann Eller right here with you this morning. As I said, we got the grass being mowed. We got Penny on bed rest, which is kind of difficult. If any of you have seen Penny, you know she's a very active young lady. I say I've got a peasant and I'm trying to make her into a princess. Can I succeed is the question. I don't know. She's laying there pretty calm. Quiet moments does work. And I'm terrible. All right, let's see. I just had a news break come through here. I wanted to see what that was. What have I got? I saw, where'd it go? Well, here's one. Brooke Hogan requested to be removed from Hulk Hogan's will. She won't receive any money, or he or she won't receive any money. Well, that was pretty dumb. But anyways, that's, there we go. I just saw, where'd it go? Just said, must be, binder must have arrived. It said the gatekeeper had just arrived to speak at, okay. Well, anyways, had just arrived on Capitol Hill to talk. We'll be interested to see if former Biden aide testifies today. Okay, well, I saw something about the gatekeeper. So, anyways, that's continuing right there in on the House. That's continuing. What else is continuing? Well, we have in Congress. The Senate is working on trying to confirm people. They have moved. Mike Waltz's nomination has not yet had a full Senate vote. He cleared the Senate floor committee 12-10, but they've got to get that one to the Senate floor. They are still in, I guess. I don't know whether they're going to cancel it or not, or whether they're going to keep going. Statements or scheduling decisions from the Senate Calendar's Office or Leader's Press Office. Senate floor action list for upcoming vote blocks. News on whether Senate rules change or recess appointment talk gains traction. So this is what is happening up there on the Senate side. You know, they're the deliberative body, so they have to take a lot of time to be able to make that decision. But they definitely should stay and make sure that they get this done. All right, so what else do we have here this morning? Let's see real quick. I did want to talk about one of our national days here. Today is, that's not the 29th. We need to get the 30th, Ann. Come on, get the 30th. Let's see. The 30th is, what do we have? I had it. Oh, right here. It's up here. Okay, the 30th is, this is a good day. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's see if we've got it. So much to talk about every day. Anyways, it's a good day. What did I want to talk about? Oh, National Calendar Day. All right, well, let's see. You know, that's the thing about this. This is live radio, and live radio doesn't always go the way you'd like it to go. National Day Calendar. Yes, okay. July 30th. National Father-in-Law Day. National Cheesecake Day. National Climb a Mountain Day. And National Whistleblower Day. Little did I know that there is a National Whistleblower Day. On July 30th commemorates the day our founding fathers recognized the need to protect those who report corruption when they see it. The day reminds us to honor and support the people who speak up about fraud, abuse, and waste. Well, isn't that amazing that they actually have a day for that? And the other thing I wanted to talk about was some of the events that, some of the memorable events. In 1619, I know I'm going back, but because it's our 250th anniversary, 1619, the first colonial European representative assembly forms in Jamestown, Virginia. In 1729, Baltimore, Maryland is founded. 1928, this is one I liked. George Eastman shows the first amateur color motion pictures to guests at his New York house. George Eastman, that's pretty cool. And President in 1942, on this day, President Roosevelt signs a bill creating the U.S. Women's Naval Reserve. And how about this one? 1956, President Eisenhower authorizes "In God We Trust" as the official motto for the U.S. Isn't that interesting when they're talking about how people are turning away from God? Religion is on the skids, I'm just going to say it that way. I was listening to something yesterday about how religion is actually on the skids in the United States of America, and I believe it. But that in 1956, on this day, President Eisenhower authorizes "In God We Trust" as the official motto for the U.S. Oh, and here's a good one. 1965. President Johnson signs the Social Security Act of 1965 into law, establishing Medicare and Medicaid. Well, there you go. It was also, I believe, in 1965 that President Johnson decided that we would have a great society, and this is where a lot of people the idea of having a husband was not popular. President Johnson, I believe, is the one that said, "Let the government be your daddy." Yes, there you go. And that's where a lot of problems have come from, particularly in the black community. 1975. Here's one that I did want to mention. Jimmy Hoffa disappears from a restaurant parking lot in Michigan. What happened? I don't think they've ever found his body, have they? No, they have not. Now, I have one more crazy story. I'm not going to talk about the New York story other than to say, the shooter who was walking down Park Avenue with a shotgun, AR-15, whatever it was, walking down the street and nobody noticed. I can honestly say that I could see this happening in Washington, D.C. Why? Well, very simply. Number one, people are so absorbed in their phones. But number two, if you've ever been to New York City, you see some of the craziest things ever, don't you? So that's definitely makes a reason why this is such a non-plus issue to see somebody walking down the street with a shotgun. We do know that he left a suicide note. He did claim that he was injured playing high school football, a brain injury, and that's why he was headed for the NFL's offices, although he did not make it into their offices. However, 4 other people have been injured, and one policeman up there was killed. Tragic story on a very busy afternoon in New York City. I don't know if you watched any of the footage on it and everything, but it was actually riveting while it was going on. But and then, of course, he did turn the gun on himself, and I'm sure that there will be all kinds of autopsies and a lot of information coming out on this. But what a senseless thing to happen. And, of course, already the gun non-advocates are saying that we should not have guns. It should be a gun-free area. I think New York City is relatively, you have to go through a lot, if I remember correctly, about getting a permit. People actually give up trying to get a permit. It's so difficult. And, of course, he was coming from Las Vegas. And what was he? A bartender in Las Vegas? Now, I'm going to tell you what. I would be, what kind of background checks are they doing? I did hear another tidbit that while they think he was a sole gunman, they do believe that somebody else bought the additional parts that he added, and maybe for the handgun that they had. So that's creating interest. So that's the story as far as that I know about it right now. But I did want to close out with this story. Yeah. And of course, President Trump did a huge deal over there when he was in Scotland, this deal with the EU. The Fed is meeting today. I think sometime today we're supposed to know if they're going to lower the interest rates, everything I've heard, and I can't see Jerome Powell bending to the president's will, even though a quarter point wouldn't be that much, Jerome, and would certainly show a willingness to work with the president, but nobody knows how that's actually going to work out. But the popular thought is nothing is going to happen. So what a great surprise if it did. Do you realize tomorrow is the last day of July? Now, it's Blizzard Treat Day. I'm just throwing that in there again. It is Blizzard Treat Day. But what a fast 6 months this has been. I can only imagine what the last 5 months, 7, 5, 8, 6 months are going to be, no, 7 and 5 is 12, Ann. Come on, Ann. Yes, I can only imagine what the last 5 months of this year are going to be like. And if you want to get the word out for your business, I tell you what, there is no better place than our local radio station right here on WCRS Radio. Now, I do want to tell you, I got two things. Actually, I got two things I want to talk about. I was listening to another radio station, which will remain nameless, that prides itself on being politically active and shoving it in the face of our representatives and talking about how great and wonderful they are. And how all this stuff, it's okay. But let me tell you something. In my opinion, you do a lot better to keep the talking lines open. This one talk show host was talking about how she had gotten rid of Tim Scott never calling in, Trey Gowdy doesn't call in, to get rid of Lindsey Graham. You know, you do a lot better in this world to talk to people and have conversation. If you can keep the lines of conversation open, you do a whole lot better. What people, and I believe in letting people make up their own minds about the candidates. I feel it is my job to put it out there, so that you can make up your mind. I'd rather do something like that than continually slam somebody, even though I have the voice to be able to do it. Now, just for the record, some people deserve slamming, and at that point, I do slam, but not on as a general basis. I am very proud of what we do right here on WCRS. Many people tell me how balanced and everything what we do right here on WCRS. To some of the comments I have received about playing Christmas music on Saturday, I will only tell you one thing. I had several very positive comments about it. If they thought it cooled things down, they thought it was a nice relief from all the other noise out there. And one person that I particularly want to mention was on their way to Atlanta, was not a regular listener, picked it up. I guess they were scanning through and said, we are going to just see what's out there. They came across my Christmas music and they felt that they needed to call and say, Ann Eller, keep it up. What a refreshing day as they were driving to Atlanta to hear Christmas music, and they appreciated my enthusiasm. So I will keep it up. I will keep the enthusiasm level tuned up, because that's what I'm all about, the positiveness that we can bring to our community, while also pointing out when we have issues or things that need to be corrected. Of course, that is part of my job. But I also believe that accentuating the positive when you can and keeping the lines of communication open have always given my listeners more information than if I slammed them like this one station is so proud of the fact that they don't have these people calling in anymore. What a hoot. Anyways, I'm Ann Eller. This is WCRS. And in closing, I have one story to share that I thought was just so funny, so funny. Did you hear about the story about the Phoenix Mercury versus the Washington Mystics game on July 26? All-star Kalia Cooper lost her wig after getting tangled during a play. She stopped mid-court, retrieved her wig, and headed to the locker room, prompting a timeout of the floor as officials paused the game. Commenter Megan McPeak reacted live on air saying, "Oh no, she's going to head to the back. Oh no." During the stoppage, a fan was overheard mocking Cooper's mishap. Several Mercury players objected and officials called security. The fan was immediately ejected from the arena for inappropriate behavior. Cooper returned to finish the game, and Mercury won 88-72, led by a standout, Alyssa Thomas, with 27 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists. So while her wig fell off and a fan was ejected, Cooper returned and helped secure the win for Phoenix. Is that funny? They were talking about all the timeouts. Now, some people have been made some very, what I would consider, horrible statements and everything about that's why women's basketball. Hey, you know, if you want to wear a wig and you get knocked off and you just go put your wig back on, what should she have done? Just thrown the wig to the side and said, oh, what the heck, I'm just going bald-headed or whatever she is. I don't know. I didn't see the moment. But, you know, they do weirder things at other games to have a timeout. So why not a wig out? A wig out. There you go. We had a wig out timeout. There you go. And then she came back and finished the game. Had her hair and head all put back together. Hey, you know what? I'm Ann Eller. No show this afternoon. Tomorrow morning I'll be back on the air. Hopefully Penny will be doing mucho better. And hopefully I have enough quiet moments to get through this period of my life. And somebody asked, why do dogs always react to the doorbell? I have no idea, but it's really something. You got the doorbell. I've got the Ring doorbell. We got all kinds of things going all the time here. It's hard to keep this girl quiet and peaceful, but I think quiet moments may be the answer. And if you need to get your dog, cat spayed, neutered, check out Animal Allies. Of course, we have our own Humane Society right here that does spay and neuters right there at their facility. That's great. But if you need to get more done, or you need it done quicker than you can have it done, Animal Allies in Spartanburg. It's not a bad day, and it's a great way to get everything done. So, I'm Ann Eller. This is WCRS Radio. The Ring doorbell is now ringing, and Penny is trying to go crazy, and I'm trying to keep her calm. Here, I gotta go, folks. Sorry. This has been another day with WCRS Radio. Let's hope I can get us back to our regular programming. Have a good one. That's it for me. Let's see. We got the show end. We got the cue the music. Show end, cue music. Take it away. Have a great day. Thanks for all your support and calls for Penny. Hopefully she'll be on the mend if I can just keep her quiet. Bye-bye, everybody. Okay. How about let's try that one. There we go.
Keep on sharing. The phones are open. Keep on laughing. Give us a call. You gotta keep on caring. As long as you've got a voice, don't ever stop. As long as you've got truth, don't ever stop. You're on the air. As long as you've got love. What's on your mind?